Round two goes to Maine. You know, they played better than we did tonight. They wanted it more. Look at the 4 goals they scored were all at our net, and they played like it was their backs against the wall, and we didn't, unfortunately. And it wasn't, quite frankly, it wasn't youth. It was our veteran players, and very disappointing that we didn't come up with more intensity, more urgency, and we got what we deserved.
You start right off first minute of each of the 2 periods too. You caught you right on your heels and kept you that way for most of the game, or quite good shares of it.
Yeah, we left guys wide open in the net front. You know, I mean, it's hey, we got a locker room full of guys that got to figure it out in a hurry. If they want to keep the season going, because it didn't look like it tonight to me. And that's cold and harsh, but reality. Reality is the Maine Black Bears deserved to win this game. They wanted it more from the drop of the first puck until the drop of the last puck. And we did not.
Knowing they're going to do exactly the same thing tomorrow night, Kevin, what does your team have to do in that sense to do it? More physical, more speed, or
show up and play, Ted?
Everything.
That's what we have to do. We have to show up and play like this game matters, because now our backs are against the wall. So we don't show up with more intensity, more urgency at our net front. It'll be the same old, same old.
Mike's play tonight, goal?
Average. Our whole team was nothing but average.
Okay.
So my job is to get them to understand that we've got to play with more urgency.
You mentioned that though you had left people wide open in front of the net. Did that affect Mike's play in net or anything?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. I mean, you can't fault him. You know, they had sticks. They were strong on their sticks in front of the net, but we left guys wide open. You know, that's tough for a goaltender to play with traffic, and yeah, we can't fault our goaltender for it. You know, I think he was average, but certainly not the reason we lost.
And it seemed like from the drop of the puck, that was their game plan. They were getting right in front of him, sending a lot of people in front of the net.
That's playoff hockey, though. It's hard to score. You're not going to see a lot of pretty goals off the rush because everybody's concentrating on good team defense. So if you're not willing to pay a price and go into the net, or you're not willing to defend the front of the net, you're going to lose the game 4-2.
Does his play tonight affect who starts tomorrow, or is that...
I don't know yet.
That seemed to be the theme tonight, paying the price. I mean, every great play on either side came after absorbing hits, playing an aggressive forecheck. Is that part of the plan moving forward?
I hope so. I really do. I hope we're going to pay a price. I hope we're going to pay a lot more than we did tonight, because they paid way more of a price tonight to get that win than we did. Again, the better team, the team that played better tonight, won the game. You know, hats off to Maine. They were the better team. Fortunately, we got another opportunity.
Is that when your team's best though? When they're physical, when they're hitting, when they're playing really tight? Because there were large segments of the game where that was happening.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly, I think any team right now in the playoffs has to play that way. You know, you have to finish checks. You have to go to the gritty areas. You got to get more, you know, I don't even know how many shots we have, but we didn't shoot the puck nearly enough, and again, didn't block shots. You know, they score that one kind of bad bounce. We don't get a block. You know, I mean, it's are we willing to pay a price to keep this season going? You know, that's the question that we have to ask ourselves right now.
You said last night too that for a large majority of that game you weren't pleased with the way that the guys were playing, but they rallied late to get that win.
You can't live and die by that. We haven't played with the lead hardly at all in the series, you know, if at all. And you can't play playoff hockey that way. You know, you can't chase the game all the time and feel like, hey, we're going to come back. You know, it was great we did it last night. We should have learned a lesson that we needed to come out with a better start. Less than a minute into the game, we're down 1-0. You know, so it's hey, I'm obviously upset, but I'm more upset with the lack of heart and intensity with which we played tonight. And we're going to make mistakes, but the goals that they scored were nothing more than they wanted it more. That's why I'm disappointed.
It's pretty much been your theme all year, though, Kevin. If you don't do those things, you're an average team, and that's when it's really bit you at any time.
Well, then you got to look at me, right? You got to look at me, because I've obviously been sitting here and I've said the same thing a lot of times, and they're obviously not getting it. So I'll take responsibility for that.
Is there much in terms of lineup changes that you can do, or do you pretty much?
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll get some different legs in there. There's some guys that deserve to watch tomorrow night. So we'll make some changes.
Coach, for the most part, the game was pretty close score-wise. What would you say would be the turning point, a certain goal, a certain play where momentum shifted?
I think momentum shifted every time we gave up a goal in the first minute of the period. Like, I mean, that's no way to start. You know, we do a good job killing the penalty, and then we leave a guy wide open in front of the net. You know, that's handing them momentum. That was a game changer to me. You know, so I think again we gave them too many looks at the net front. You know, and we've got to do a better job of that tomorrow night if we want to survive.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks.